Is it possible for a narrative about taxes to be interesting? Thankfully, yes, it is. Debbie's Return is the 24th episode of the Debbie Reynolds Show, and it is tax season. And Bob always does their taxes, but this year Debbie doesn't want Bob to do the taxes because he'd have to find out that she and Jim held a catered dinner and they weren't invited. And they have a reason for not inviting them, but obviously she still doesn't want them to feel like they were being left out or anything. So she tries initially to find a way to get Bob to not do the taxes, to get somebody else to do them. And then when it looks like he's going to go through with it and do the taxes anyway, she tries to find a way to stop him from finding out about the catered dinner. And I won't say any more than that about the narrative, but it managed to sustain itself a lot more than I'd expected. Because taxes, they're not the most interesting subject. But I think it did a pretty good job, and we had a great performance from Debbie Reynolds, of course. Jim was great. Jim, of course, played by Don Chastain, and I really rather enjoyed it. We also get to spend time in Bob and Charlotte's house, which is not something that happens that frequently, and I think that that worked really well as an environment. And I kind of wish, while it works, that Debbie's house is the main location. I do think Bob and Charlotte's house could be used a little bit more. The scene with Debbie in the cupboard or the bathroom. I can't remember what it was now. It was a bathroom that was off of the living room. Is that right? The room with the mirror. I thought was done very well. The delivery of the lines was very good. Very well scripted. Debbie's response to the Green Giant comment I thought was rather entertaining. So it's not a bad episode. It's not my all-time favourite, but given the subject matter, it actually worked quite well, and I found it to be quite entertaining. Debbie's Return didn't really have that many opportunities for Debbie to give an incredible performance. Certain narratives allow Debbie to act with her body a lot, and those are the ones that I think are the most enjoyable because Debbie Reynolds is fantastic at physical comedy. There's not that much of it here, but there is a little bit of it. But that aside, it's very well written. The delivery of the lines is very good across the board, not just with Debbie, but everybody. And the narrative's not that predictable either. I couldn't predict what would happen from one scene to the next, so I think that worked in its favour as well. It may not be my personal favourite, but Debbie's Return is still a pretty decent episode.